So in this video we're gonna create a API front-end project. So in the previous series we have the API backend project. You can check out the series because we're gonna be building on top of that, and we're gonna be using the Redux toolkit. We are gonna be using the JSX, and yeah. So right now I'm gonna go to my folder. I have a folder here where I have my API series. That is gonna be this one, API, I name it. So I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna open it in terminal, and I'm gonna type in code space that, so I can open it in Visual Studio Code. And yeah, as you can see, we have only our backend, and this is our server. So if I go into my package.json and I type in npm run test, I can open it in Node. And if I type in npm run examples, I can open it in Node-man. So that is that. But right now we're gonna start with the front end. So what we are gonna do now is gonna be npx create react app. So it's gonna be npx create hyphen react hyphen app, and we're gonna name it front end since this one is named backend, our server. Now we're gonna be using the Redux toolkit, and to do that we're gonna do double hyphen template and space Redux like that, and then we're gonna type in, we're just gonna press enter. So as you can see here, they give us an example, npx create hyphen, and they're using next. In this example we're gonna be using React, so it's gonna be react hyphen app and then double hyphen template and then Redux in order to use the Redux toolkit. So you can check out the API backend project. So we have how to create a MongoDB database, how to create an account, all this stuff. But right now we're going to be focusing on the front end, so we're going to connect both the back end and the front end. So right now we're going to be using also the JSX. You can use TypeScript if you want, but right now we're going to be using JSX. So that is important that, for example, return a single root element. To return multiple elements from a component, wrap them with a single parent tag. For example, you can use a div. So they're talking about that. In order to write code here, we need to wrap it out inside of the div or a single angle brackets or a single fragment. If you don't want to add an extra div to your markup, you can write single angle brackets like this. So those are this empty tag is called a fragment. Fragments let you group things without leaving any trace in the browser HTML3. So that is that. We need to close all the tags. So these are the rules, and camel case most of the things. So we need to do that, and let's check out if it works. So not yet. Another thing, in order to open this project, we're going to need to, right now we are in the root is the API. In order to open this project, we will need to cd and to front end. So once we are inside of API, inside of front end, we will type in npm star, and this would open a localhost 3000. So in order to open it from the root, from the API, we will need to add an script. Like as you can see here, I only have two scripts, tests and examples. We will need to add a third script so we can open it from the root. And that is important when we try to open both the server and the front end, or the back end and the front end at the same time. So that is that. Another thing that we're going to be using is going to be React routed down. So in order to bring in the browser router, the routes and the route from the React routed down, and this is from the w3schools.com. So we're going to be using that. And okay, so it might take a while, this one here. And this example that they're giving us from the W3 schools, we are importing React DOM from the React-DOM client, so we already have that. Here they are importing browser router, routes, route from the React router. And what is important here, as you can see, we have they are using the browser router, and inside of that we are using the routes, and inside of the routes we are using the route. So we have the path, this is gonna be the slash. In our case, that is gonna be localhost 3000, is gonna be localhost 3000, and then it's gonna be the slash. And then here we will need to create some type of menu where we have some pages. Let me see. Okay, it has started, so let me show you. If we cd into the front end like this, and right now I'm gonna go into the front end, so we're gonna have a package.json that is different. This one here is a package.json from the back end. This one is the package.json from the front end. And as you can see, we have the React-DOM, React-Redux. So these are all the dependencies. We have the Redux.js/toolkit. So we have all the stuff, and here we have the scripts start. This is the important one. So we will type in npm start like this, and this is gonna open it in localhost 3000. So this is gonna do it automatically. So we will have some type of increment decrement that it comes by default with Redux. So that is that. And yeah, what I wanted to show you is, let me see, well, since we are in the front end, we can go into the source, and in the source we have this app. Inside of the apps we have this store file, and this is important thing. So we are importing the configure store from the @redux.js/toolkit. So also we are bringing the counter reducer from the features folder, counter folder, and then the counter slice file. If we go into the features, we're gonna have the counter folder. So this is what you see here. So we're gonna, obviously we're not gonna be using it here, so we're gonna delete it. And yeah, we have a features folder empty, so since we deleted it, so we're not gonna be using it. So I'm gonna delete this part too, and also inside of the reducer I'm gonna delete this part too, and I'm gonna save it like this. And now I'm gonna go into the app.js, and again, let me close this one. So we are importing React from React, we're importing the logo, the counter, we're not using the counter again, and we are importing that app.css. So let me see, we're not gonna be using the logo, but we can use the app.css, so that's fine, we can leave it like that. And now inside of the return we have the div, and we have this header, so which we are not gonna be using this header, so we're just gonna delete it. And let's just type in h1 like this. Let's just type h1 and hello YouTube, hello, like this. Let me see if it works. Okay, so it's working. So again, I want to stop it, and I wanna go back like this, cd double that, and now I left the front end, so right now I am in the API like this. So what I wanna do is I wanna go into my package.json, and I wanna create a new script. So I wanna name it just from like this, and from here we're gonna have npm start, and we're gonna use prefix like this. And now we're gonna type in the name of our folder that is gonna be front end like this. So now if I go here and I am in the root and the API, I can go npm start, npm run, and now instead of, I can type in this script front, so it's gonna be npm run front. So let's see if it works. So we are opening the localhost 3000 from the root. This is the package.json from the backend. Now from the, okay, so it's working. So Again, this is the package.json from the server, from the backend. So we have that up to this point. So what else do we need? And the app.js. Okay, so we have this h1, so we have a hello YouTube, so that's fine. Now we have these features, so we're gonna go in source. If you go into this W3 school, they're bringing like a home, blogs, contacts, so these are pages that needs to be in a folder. So if I go into the source and I create a new folder and I name it, I don't know, menu, let me see, yeah, I can name it menu. I can name a menu, and inside of menu we're gonna have some files. So we're gonna have home page, and you can, it's gonna be JSX, so you can, the first letter have to be initialized, have to be capital letters. So here I'm gonna type in RFCE. Yeah, it's gonna be the React functional export component. Create a React functional component with ES7 module system, so ES7 plus React slash Redux slash React Native snippet. So it's gonna give us this example, and it's bringing it for us. And if you go into the extensions, if you go into ES7 like this, you can just grab it from here and install it. So it's gonna be this one. It has like more than 8 million downloads. It's gonna be from this person, and you can install it if you want to use these snippets. And yeah, we have our home page. What else do we need? So we are gonna need also our, I don't know, register. So we need to register a user, so it's gonna be register.jsx. And again, see, if you have the ES7, you can type in RFCE and just enter. And yeah, it pretty much it imports React from React and then creates a function, in this case register, and then returns a div with the name register. So that's pretty much it. And finally, we're gonna have a third page that is gonna be, so since once you register, after you register, you can log in. So it's gonna be login.jsx. So okay, RFC like this, and we can save it. Okay, so that's fine. So now what I'm gonna do is I wanna open a new terminal, and now I'm gonna go into my front end. So it's gonna be like this. I'm gonna go into my front end. So right now I am in my front end. I'm gonna npm install, and I'm gonna install React router down like this. If you go here, React router down, so I'm gonna install it. The React router down package contains bindings for using React router and web applications, and you can check out the getting started guide for more information. So but yeah, you just type in npm install and npm install or and then just React router down. So that's that, and we just can clean it up. And what else we need? So now we can go into our app. Okay, so I'm using that app.js, that's fine. So now I want to import, let me see, it was homepage like this. I want to import homepage from, first I need to import, let me see, it was browser. So we need to import import the home page. Let's home page, and it's gonna be from, okay, so it's gonna be from menu like this, and it's gonna be from home page like that. So import home page like this. We are also gonna import login from single quotes menu, and now it's gonna be here login. And finally we're gonna import register from, again, menu, and it's gonna be from register like this. We can save it. And now we want to bring in the browser router, so we're gonna import it like this. We're gonna import like this. It's gonna browser router as router, and then it's gonna be routes, and it's gonna be route like this, and it's gonna be from single quote, and it's gonna be React. It's gonna be from React router down like this. So let me check out. It's gonna be browser router as router, and then we're bringing routes, and then route from React router down. We have the home page that's gonna come from menu like this. Okay, so that's fine. And let's see what happened to our project. So it's still running, so that's fine. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this out, and I'm just gonna take out this well, I can just leave this div. Inside of this div, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have our router, so it's gonna be router like this, and inside of this router we're gonna have our routes. So pretty simple. And inside of our routes, yeah, you guessed it, it's gonna be our individual route, but it's gonna be like this, just route. So I'm gonna let me see. Okay, so now here I'm gonna type in path, and this is gonna have this is gonna go to a slash. Yes, a slash, and then outside of that we're gonna have element, and we're gonna open curly braces. We're gonna open single angle brackets like this, and we're gonna type in here home page. Okay, so yeah, like this, and we can copy this one. I'm gonna paste it 2 more times, and here the path, this one is gonna be from login, and well, it's gonna be login. So this is pretty similar to, okay, login like this, and this one is gonna be register, and this one is gonna be register. And to these links you don't have to use these capital letters here, but you have to have the capital letter, the first capital letter here inside of the element. So let's see if this works. Let me go here into the localhost 3000. Okay, home page. Let me see home page, why it looks like this. Let's just, I don't know, maybe just an H1. Let me see if I type in here an H1. Okay, so yeah, now it looks better. So an H1, I'm gonna go into login and also just type in an H1. Let me see, an H1, save it, and to register instead of a div, I'm just gonna type in an H1 for now. An H1, I'm gonna save it, and let's go now. So we are in the slash localhost 3000. Now I'm gonna type in a slash. That is pretty much the same thing, but this is gonna be login now. So now it's sending me to login. So I am in localhost 3000 slash login. Now I'm gonna go to localhost 3000 slash register. So as you can see, it's working, and yeah, that's pretty much, this is what we are gonna do for this video. And just a recap, we installed the Redux toolkit, and from this point inside of our folder we went to the source, so I name it front end,